Hey everyone, this was a podcast clip that I edited down into a proper video and posted on the network a few weeks back. It didn't perform super well over there, so me and Tyler just decided, fuck it, we'll put it on my main channel, because I spent a decent amount of time on it. We both thought it was really fun and funny, and there's probably a lot of people on this channel that will get a kick out of it and enjoy me and Tyler sitting down and talking about some of the greatest Assassin's Creed games. Sorry to anybody that's actually already seen this on the network, we appreciate your support, but you're going to have to go watch my Final Fantasy XIV video. I don't make the rules, you just have to go and do it. You know, that's just how it is. If you do enjoy this though, head over to 4 Pillars Network for more podcasts and videos in this format from all of the pillars as well as Eddie and Sheps. We do put out more than just podcasts over there now, so the link is in the description to that, as well as the 4 Pillars podcast, which is so fucking funny. Anyway, without further ado, enjoy our Ezio Trilogy Tomb Ranking.
This video is a segment taken from the Clubhouse Podcast, which is exclusive to patreon.com/as always. If you're interested in supporting us over there, you get access to the entire back catalogue of Clubhouse Podcasts. This is a segment we took from that because we thought it was, you know, video worthy. Where we rank every single Ezio Trilogy tomb. So, enjoy.
Think about all of the tombs that we have in the Ezio Trilogy.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
That's bottom 3.
Oh, I should do a ranking of all the tombs.
You know what? That's actually, I've never seen that done. Of all the top 10s that are out there, of all the different channels within our community and connected community friends and foes, none of them have ever done or ranked all of, maybe they've done a top 10 or a top 5 perhaps, but no one's ranked all of the Ezio Trilogy tombs. James, let's do them right now. Let's do it right now.
Let's do it right now.
I want to do it right now on the show, a Clubhouse exclusive. Are we going to clip this and put it on the 4 Pillars Network? Yeah, we are.
Oh,
we are going to clip
let's
this and put
do
it on the 4 Pillars
it.
Network. So let's do this right now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 4 Pillars Network. Be sure to like and subscribe. James and I are actually on the Clubhouse Podcast exclusive to patreon.com/as always, and we had a brilliant idea we came up with. Back in the day, we used to do Assassin's Creed videos, and in those Assassin's Creed videos, we might look at each other's channels and be like, holy shit, I had an original idea. Has anyone done this? We'd go check. When we realized no one's done this, or new news came out, and you've seen it, and no one's put their video up yet, you'd think to yourself, I need to do this immediately. It's been many a year since we've been in that mindset. I'd say over half a decade. But we then had a moment where James on a stream was playing a Brotherhood tomb with his eyes closed. I said, why would you pick that tomb? That's one of the worst tombs of all the Ezio Trilogy when you think of how many memorable ones there are. We then realized, has anyone ever ranked all of the Ezio Trilogy tombs? And we realized that video does not exist. So we are right now on patreon.com/as always on the Clubhouse Podcast, the best podcast on the internet. We are going to make that video now.
Let's do it. I think ground rules we need to establish first is that they're only Ezio Trilogy tombs. So we're not counting Origins. We're not counting those missions that were kind of like tombs from AC3. These are Ezio Trilogy tombs. So just 2 Brotherhood Revelations. Those 100%. 2 missions.
Yes.
Are we including things like the Outer Torre family crypt?
Yes. Yep. Oh,
okay.
Hang on. I feel like we should include those. It should be like the Assassin tombs, as in the 6 that are in Assassin's Creed 2, the 6 Romulus lairs, and then all of the library tombs in Revelations, which are primary mission tombs.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that all? Should that be the ground rules of what we count?
Well, let's do all the Revelations ones then.
I feel like,
and then just the main tombs from Brotherhood, the main tombs from 82. Fuck off, like, the Medici Palace, the fucking...
but are we going to count the Da Vinci disappearance one? Because that's a legit puzzle tomb.
Oh, well, there's a few in the Da Vinci disappearance.
There are.
Because it's like the whole DLC is just tomb missions.
Which is... It's one of the great DLCs all time.
Well, but then how do you classify... Because, like, there's the mission in Brotherhood where you go under the villa with Lucy in the modern day. That's a tomb mission.
That is a tomb mission. I think that counts.
And so is the ending where you go through the Colosseum in the modern day. That's also a tomb mission.
I agree that
how
counts.
I
agree that counts.
This is
I agree that
complicated.
counts. No. Okay, let's figure this out now then.
I think what's probably the easiest way of doing it is let's just go number 1 and let's start at the top. And I guess number 1 would be the first one because it's the only one. Then we just say like, oh, is the next one better or worse? And then eventually it'll end up being ranked, won't it?
Yeah, I like that. Yep, okay. So let's start with Santa Maria Novella.
Here we go. Number 1.
So this is a bit of an introductory one. There's a few little parkour challenges and then a chase sequence.
There is.
Which is a parkour challenge in itself. And then you sort of are listening into the Pazzi conspiracy plans before the assassination attempt of Lorenzo de' Medici. It's also where you meet La Volpe.
You do, yeah,
for
true.
the first time. So, memorable tomb, certainly being the first one.
Good tomb.
But good tomb. Solid tomb. But I think you'd certainly say it was a baseline for what eventually became mastered later down the line.
Yeah.
So not the best one.
Not the best one.
I think
But
it's-
currently number 1 on our list because it's the only one on our list.
Yes. The Duomo,
I would put that above the Santa Maria.
I would too. It's memorable. It's a major location. It's a full parkour challenge one. No enemies.
No enemies, no.
Or anything like that.
Just a
Really
full
good.
challenge.
Really, really good tomb. And an introduction to perfect. A route up if I fall.
Exactly.
Which is one of the great lines in video game history.
Right, the next one is Torre Grossa. You've put Florence, which is not Florence.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah, I was going to say. This is ridiculous. This is the one with the staircase at the end. You kind of go through like a little wine cellar, I think.
Yeah, you do. You do, and there's like a library. You go up a few flights in as well. I really enjoy that. I really like this tomb a lot.
I like the ending of the tomb more than the rest of the tomb because I don't like those rooms where you can't. Because I feel like a strength of this tomb would have been to have the enemies patrolling, but you're sort of parkouring around them to not get detected. Whereas that's not really what you do in this level. You're kind of killing them and taking them out to get to the next free running segment.
Yeah.
And so I would personally put this at number 3. But I don't know. What do you think?
I would put it number 2 right now.
Interesting.
I would put it in between. I like this tomb. I really like this tomb. If you said to me it's number 1 right now, I agree with you.
Really?
I really enjoy this tomb.
Oh, I don't like it that much really at all. I just think it's a bit poorly paced.
The Duomo I think is just simpler and it's way more memorable of a location.
How do we do this? Do you want to flip a coin? Well, we're not going to know if anyone's telling the truth, are we? That's stupid.
Well, I know. I'll flip a coin. I'll be dead serious honest. Dead serious honest. Flipped. I've caught it. I haven't looked. Okay, I put it down to my top of my left hand, and it's tails.
Oh, ridiculous. So. Okay, fine. Number 3 is not the Duomo. That's wrong.
Number 2 is Torre Grossa.
There we go.
Torre Grossa.
All right.
Grossa.
All right. Okay, the Forley tomb. I genuinely don't remember it.
So it's a bit of you go under a bit of water bits. There's a few time challenges as well throughout, and you do a chase through the fort underneath the fort as well. You do a chase.
Is there a chase really?
I thought there was a chase. Oh no, I'm sorry. Hang on. Is there a chase? Maybe I'm remembering.
I don't think there is a chase. It's just the one with it's got a bunch of timed puzzles. Yeah,
there are a few time challenges in here. And a bit of a stealth sequence because you're inside a fortress.
Oh wait, this is the one that I'm thinking was the Tuscany one.
Oh, the San Gimignano one.
Oh, they've merged together in my head. Parts have come from this. Parts have come from the Tuscany one.
So maybe I was right in saying it was higher since you didn't remember it all.
Maybe, yeah. There's parts. I think the Forley one's better.
Do you?
Yeah, because
this one we're watching right now. I think this is the worst one of the four.
No, because in this one you're able to like parkour around the environment and stealth your way through, whereas in the Tuscany one, a lot of the time it's like you kind of just got to run through an area to get to the next point.
No, not really. Remember that library you go through and there's different levels to it? You can stealth all of that sequence. You might not be able to.
I'll need to watch you do it. I'm finding a video on it.
I bet I didn't stealth it. I bet I didn't fucking stealth it.
Yeah, it's this wine cellar room I don't like. Oh yeah, you did not stealth it, no.
No, I definitely didn't stealth any.
No, because you can't.
You can.
Well, you probably can, but like it's not. I don't know. I don't feel like the game wants you to because there's nowhere to blend or hide. It's just bookshelves.
Okay, where are we putting the Forley one? Let's just fucking decide.
The Forley one, I would put it. I put it at number 3 personally.
Yeah, I'm happy with that too.
All right, cool.
Basilica di San Marco.
Ooh, I think maybe I'll put that at the top.
Which one's this?
This is the one with it's the 4 puzzles, and they're all timed. Like you stand on a book.
Yeah, and you know what? Used to be my least favorite one. It's actually the best one.
Yeah, I like because it takes what was good about the Duomo one, but then it also gives you a time trial. So you got to do it in time. So it really shows like how much you could have perfected the system since you've done the one in Florence.
I agree with that. I'm happy with that at the top.
Nice.
Used to be really frustrating when you sucked, but now I can't remember the last time I've ever not been able to do everything first try.
Yeah, I used to fuck it up a lot when I was a kid. I used to really, really despise doing that one.
I really like this last one. There's definitely a chase sequence in this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's in sequence... Is it sequence 9? Which is the Carnivale. I hate that I still have this sort of bullshit fucking
It's all still in your head. It's going to be
my
there
brain.
forever.
I hate it. I hate it. And I haven't thought about any of this in so many years.
Isn't it amazing
like
that you're never going to forget? Like, you're going to be like 65 and you're still going to know all of this shit from Assassin's Creed.
I will know what sequence in Assassin's Creed 2 this tomb is in. For fuck's sake!
It's amazing. I reckon this tomb I'd put at number 2.
I agree.
I like the time trials. Those are fun.
And at the end, the final time trials are really good time trials.
Yeah, because you can do it all in one as well. Like, sometimes it's like, you can fuck it up. But if you do it perfectly, you can do all of that whole room in one run. And it feels so good when you do that for the first time when you're a kid. It's very satisfying.
I agree. Okay.
Wonderful. Okay. Now we get on to, where they really began
Brotherhood.
to perfect these tombs, which is with Brotherhood. And so we're starting off with the Desmond unto Monteriggioni mission with Lucy. Where do you reckon we put this?
It's a really good one.
It's really good.
It's a really
also
good one.
There's story
because you're not just
moments
talking
too.
about exactly. It's not just about the fact that as a mission it's good. It plays within the story. It's a modern day mission with characters we haven't spent this sort of time with. It felt very Uncharted.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Great dialogue.
It's
great
like,
storytelling.
It's what I would
great
call
part of the game.
the marker for making an Assassin's Creed modern day mission. It's what you would look to if you were ever going to make one.
It's incredible. It's obviously number 1 so far.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty clear. It's actually, the more you talk about it, it's incredible what it represents, this specific mission. It may be the best modern day mission of all time.
Yeah, I think so. I think it probably is.
Yeah.
Because there aren't many of those, are there, to be honest?
You see, there's not a lot of good ones, but they're both, the two best ones are in this game.
Yeah.
With that we do know. Even just the seeing of the ghosts of Ezio and stuff. Like, it's just, there's so many.
Those little moments, references to Subject 16.
The way it ends and it introduces, those, the sort of end puzzle at the beginning. It foreshadows the end puzzle with like 1419, 1420, and 1421.
It starts off with Desmond's first leap of faith as well.
Oh, it does. It really does.
Following Ezio's ghost to do a leap of faith. It's very nice and symbolic.
Wow. Yeah.
Amazing.
Say no more.
Amazing.
It's incredible.
Okay. Terme Di Triano, which is the one where the floor is lava and there's the big statue.
Solid. Super solid.
Very good.
Super solid.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably one of Brotherhood's strongest.
Would you?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean...
I need to have a look at the rest of the level, but I just remember that one room and I might as well was good. Oh, you got the ending room with the pillars and stuff, and it's like where they all start falling over and like...
Yeah, I do like it. I think there's better ones in Brotherhood, but I do like it. It's in the middle for me.
Oh, there is those rooms with like the circular pillar in the middle and you got to move around the sides. Yeah,
not great. Don't like those
True, that
much.
does bring it down a bit. And you got the water puzzle
I'd put it at
at the
number
start.
5 or 4 right now.
Okay, let me see.
It's around the Duomo level.
Better or
it's
worse than the Duomo?
level.
Let's see. What do I think?
I think that's where we're looking.
I think I would put the Duomo above it, probably.
Okay, I'm happy with that.
Catacomb Di Roma. This is the Follow the Torches one.
Really like this mission.
I think it's a very cool little design. Like, as a kid, you probably don't realize the first time you're supposed to follow the torches, but once you pick up on it, you're like, oh, that makes sense.
Also a useful mission to get items in.
True.
There's an elephant ivory in here.
There's
So
also there's the
if you want to play the game correctly.
Throughout the level, you get like the little bits where you just see the Romulus guys like running through the corridor, and it's like, oh, that creeps you out a little bit.
A bit creepy.
Good vibes.
I'd put this above. I'd put this at number 4. I'd put it above the Duomo.
Yeah, I think I'm with you.
I really like this one.
I'm with you.
I really like it.
Let's go.
And especially the end bit where you can sort of fight a few of them. Like, it's fucking cool.
Mm-hmm. All right, next is the Colosseo, Temple of Juno. Where are you thinking for this?
I think this is number 1. Right?
Number 1 above Desmond or not below Desmond?
Yeah, I think it's number 1 above
Interesting.
Desmond. I think this is one of my favorite, most memorable moments because because you don't know the first time you play it, right, where you are. Because I really love chase tombs. I really enjoyed. I'm a sucker for the chase tomb.
But it's on a horse.
And you have a really cool. That made me like it more.
For me that drags it down because it's not really a tomb mission. You're just on a horse for most of it.
But then there's the stealth moments where you're sort of going in between parties.
That's cool.
And
That's very
you've
cool.
Got to use eagle vision. Really cool moment. And then you could, depending on if you've nailed it or not, you can fight or stealth kill, and there's a bit of dialogue with the Romulus guys at the end. Then you enter the Temple of Juno, which you don't get it the first time, but when you go for your second playthrough, it's one of those moments that it rewards replayability. It represents the replayability of Brotherhood, as it is the greatest Assassin's Creed game all time that we do know.
Yeah, you're definitely right.
And I just think, but it's the music that hits. It's the music echoes of Roman ruins, bro.
Yeah. Oh, it's a very good
Echoes
mission.
of Roman ruins.
Look, if it's not number one
when you go
for
into
me,
the tomb,
it's definitely number 2. But I think the only thing for me that drags this one down is the horse segment, because it's just you're just riding a horse in a straight line for a bit. And it's not...
I'll take number 2. I'll accept number 2, but it needs to be up there. It's such... When Echoes of Roman Ruins hits, like, what are we doing?
And like, when we say number 2 is the Colosseo and number 3 is Basilica di San Marco, there's quite a gap between those.
I agree.
There's quite a gap. Like 1 and 2 right now, the Desmond mission and the Colosseum in Brotherhood are both leagues above, what we've got at number 3 to 10 currently.
When Isu temples and things like that were just this subtle thing and were so rare, we'd only seen it once before, and it was at the end of 2 and the beginning of Brotherhood, the same location under the Vatican. This is the first time you see that. To see it as Ezio 2 is really special, because you realize that's a moment, because you also realize in your second playthrough, that this is actually a character moment for Ezio. This is actually a moment where Ezio is learning about the Isu in a most subtle way. And it doesn't throw it in your face. You just know, because he has to be learning, because you know what he eventually becomes. So after you play Revelations, you finish Revelations, you know how a story ends, and you go back and you play this moment, and you realize this built upon Ezio's understanding of not just someone in his position in his period of the world should never understand, but also his humility of later on to know that he doesn't think it's about him. He doesn't think he's special because he knows it. He doesn't think he's special because he's found it. He knows it has nothing to do with fucking him.
Yeah.
It's just one of the great tombs all time.
It really is, yeah. No, it truly is.
It just is. For the most subtle reasons, and there's no other tomb that does it at all. It's the only tomb and maybe mission in the whole of the franchise that nails the sort of replayability factor and gives you more, not just to play that game again, but to play the whole trilogy and to come back and know how the story ends. It's just no other side mission can do that.
That's true, and it's the discovery of, like, you're just playing a tomb mission, then you just come across this Isu site. It's something that didn't used to happen in Assassin's Creed. Like, I know they litter their worlds with Isu places now, but that didn't used to happen. It used to be like an Isu location used to be a special end of the game thing. Maybe you'd see some Isu artifact or something, but like coming across this Isu temple, just through a random mission, that's like a huge thing where it's
when you
like,
don't know anything about the Isu.
What is this?
Yeah,
exactly.
They weren't even called Isu.
No.
We didn't even know their name was Isu.
No. A banger mission. Amazing. Okay, next is the Cloaca Maxima, which is the sewer one with the waves of enemies. There's a nice little parkour section in the middle of it, but it's...
I'd put it underneath Flora's Lava above San Gimignano at number 8 right now.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. on that. That was an easy one. That's not very... That's like a whatever tomb.
It's fine. It's a fine tomb.
All right, next one is...
The Vatican.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the Basilica di San Pietro.
I think this is number 3. This is a fucking amazing mission.
It's a very, very good mission, yeah.
This is the best chase tomb all time.
Yeah, definitely. And there's the ending where you can just beat up the guy and kill him, or if you throw him off the ledge, it'll trigger like a special cutscene where Ezio dangles him by his necklace.
You literally once again enter the Vatican for the first time since you did it to try to kill the Pope. It's such an iconic location, and you're like using eagle vision to try to find a target in the crowd while you've infiltrated the fucking Vatican.
And you can hear all the
and you're watching a service
guys talking about the assassin and stuff, and like as you're moving through the crowd, they're all talking about you. It's sick.
And then you chase him all through the construction of and repairs of the Vatican. And then a storm starts.
First time there was ever rain in AC.
Rain. Yeah, and then you're like slipping, sliding. There's like moments on the roof and like there's different pushes and pulls of the moments of like you almost get him, you don't quite get him. He gets really far away. You finally catch up to him. There's a great fight. Optional cutscene you trigger. Yeah. I really dig this one. I'd put it number 3 right now.
Yeah, that's where it is. Number 3. Palazzo Laterano, which is the 6th day, which is the one I could do with my eyes closed, apparently. I think this is decent. I like it, because it's just like a parkour section. The whole thing kind of feels like a bit of a callback to AC2, more than... Because the brother ones have all been quite unique, whereas this one's kind of like...
I can agree with that. I don't think it makes it good. I think it's underneath the floor is lava.
I would probably put it below the Duomo, but above the floor is lava.
Dude, nah. I like the soundtrack in it. That's the memorable part. You have the AC1 soundtrack that plays in it.
You got like you're going across the chandeliers. Then you got
Shrunken
the whole
Shrunken Heads in it. That's very important.
But then you got the whole, like you've done a whole thing, and then you get to this big vast room, and you've got to find the parkour routes through it to destroy those 4 balloons. Like, I don't know, I like it.
Is that the bell one? And the bell knocks down the gate?
Yeah.
I like that room. I like the room. I just don't like anything before it.
See, I like all of it. I think it's good.
Whereas I like all of the floor is lava. Oh, other than the circle rooms. Okay, I'm happy with that. Under the Duomo. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, let's go.
I keep forgetting about those circle rooms.
Yeah, the circle rooms suck. Okay, so final tomb in the Da Vinci Disappearance is a bit different from the other ones, but I think that's quite good. I mean, you've got the dialogue between Leonardo and Ezio throughout it, little conversations, a few cutscenes when they solve puzzles, and obviously the ending. The moment at the ending where you got the coordinates to the Grand Temple, and Leonardo's trying to figure it out, and Ezio just takes him away, and he's like, "Oh, tell me what you've been painting." And it's like he knows at that point that it's not for him, but he's like, "I needed to see this for Desmond to see it," sort of thing, which is a great little subtle moment.
One of the great DLCs as well. I think this is either just above or just below the Vatican.
I'm getting up the name of it.
It's Pythagoras' temple.
Is that just what we're calling it? I wanted the official name. The Temple of Pythagoras, yeah.
Yep.
Now we know that Pythagoras is actually Cassandra's father.
No,
so
we don't.
It adds more depth, actually, to this tomb, I think.
No.
Okay, so should we put it above or below the Vatican? I would probably put it... Oh, shit.
You decide. You can pick. I can't. I don't want to decide that.
Above or below the Vatican... Oh, there's some really good story moments in there, but then the pacing of the Vatican one is so strong.
And some of those puzzles are a bit... I think they're too long, some of the puzzles, to be honest
Potentially. All right, tell you what, let's put it number 4 then.
I'm with you.
Temple of Pythagoras, there we go. All right, then we got Desmond Coliseum. Where are we putting this one? Because there's a lot in it. Like, it's a very packed level, because there's a lot of story going on too.
Yeah, and then you've got the Ezio Temple at the end, which is great. Don't get me wrong, it is great. You've even got the church above it, which is also really great. The puzzle in there's a lot of great dialogue. This is
the catacombs underground that lead into the big old cathedral.
Well, yeah, the more I think about it.
Plus story throughout, like the conversations.
It's really...
You start in the Colossseum, like, holy shit, it's a long one. Which gives it
Return to the Temple of Juno. You're literally for the... Yeah. It's 1 or 2. It's 1 or 2.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I think it's number 2. Only because at the end you kill Lucy, which should make it number 1, but they did such a terrible job following up that story that it sort of lessens the meaning of the ending in some ways, in retrospect.
Because at the time it's this cool cliffhanger, but in retrospect it's like...
Ask me in 2010, and I'll tell you it's number 1. Ask me 2022, it's number 2. I just think I hate Juno.
Yeah, and also we're dealing with Juno, and fuck.
Which
Juno.
at the time, amazing. In retrospect, shit. Because really I once saw Juno as an ice troll. Or, you know what I mean? So, or an ice giant.
True.
And you know what I mean? Like, it fucking ruins it.
Yeah.
In fact, I think it should be the last. Actually, I think it should be number 15.
Should be number 15.
I think it should be number 16. I think it should be I actually think it should be the bottom. Personally, that's where I want it.
Okay, Revelations. We're starting with the Yerebatan Cistern, which is the first one you do, which is pretty shit, I won't lie.
I think it's the worst. Definitely the worst Revelations too.
Yeah,
definitely by far and away, because Revelations I think has on average, the best tombs in the trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
But this is not good.
I think this is probably the worst tomb in the whole franchise, to be honest. I would rather play... We've got at the bottom, we've got Santa Maria Novella. I think it's worse than that. I'd rather play Santa Maria Novella.
I agree with you. You know what? I agree with you. There's some memorable moments where you can do that quick time event where you assassinate the guy through the scaffolding, which is sort of cool. If you hit that, the like air assassinate.
Is that a thing? I've never done that before.
What?
What's that?
Like, there's a guy on a scaffolding, and if you land on a run, you do an air assassination. There's like a little scene where you like fucking pile drive him through with a hidden blade through the scaffolding, and it all collapses.
That's sick. How have I never done that before?
Dude, what?
What the hell?
What do you mean? Are you being serious?
Well, I
dude?
play the mission the same way every single time I do it. I just use bombs because it's so much quicker.
Let me go back to my Revelations playthrough. Let me find this. Surely I would.
Yeah,
have
I
done
would like
that.
to see this.
I think it's towards the beginning.
I've never seen this part of the level that you're at right now. This is insane. Where the fuck is this?
What?
I've never come here before. What the fuck? Where the fuck is this? Oh, I see what you're doing. So it's the guy, you assassinate the guy. Oh, and it smashes the... Oh my god, that's how you're meant to do it. I've never done it that way before.
Wow, what?
I always just shoot him.
You're so boring, dude.
Oh my god, I didn't even
Follow.
know. Wait, this tomb's better than I thought it was. I mean, it's still shit, but like... So hang on, I'm gonna watch how you get up there. Oh, it's like a doorway. See, I always just run straight through,
dude?
quickly like throwing knife all the guys, and then I just shoot the guy on the platform and run straight to the door.
You're so boring, though.
I just
That's
didn't
such a
know
boring
this was
way-
here. It's shrouded in darkness. I'd still put it below the Santa Maria Novella, though.
But have I given it some credit?
Yeah, you give it some credit. It's got a moment in there. Galata Tower's next.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's the one with the
The
big...
pacing of this,
Cabin
it's a
thing.
free running one. It's the fastest pace. It goes 100 miles an hour. There's great quick time event moments, little cutscenes with the boat and stuff. I think this is up there, one of the top tombs.
Yeah, it's very good.
I think this is a fucking phenomenal tomb. I think it's, at this stage, it's number 4. It's under the Temple of Juno.
Better than the Vatican.
Oh, sorry. No. You're right. Just under the Vatican. You're
Okay,
right. I thought about it.
I'd agree with that one.
Forum
of the Ox.
Ox.
This one's sick. Forum of the Ox is so fun.
Is that the boat chase?
It's the boat chase, yeah. I would probably put this above Galata.
I almost
I think.
confused a bit with that with Galata. I agree. I think it's above Galata. It's probably below the Vatican, but really good.
Yeah.
Really strong too.
Really, really good.
I remember when they showed like a demo of this before Revelations came out. Like people had gotten to see this. Like it was a bit in a trailer. I feel like I saw this.
I think
Just
so.
where you're getting like shot at and running around like chasing the boat and shit.
Maidens Tower.
Is that the water
It's
leveling
the water
one?
one, yeah.
Dude, I really fucking dig this one.
Yeah, I like it too. I think
I
it's because
really,
it
really
combines the
like it.
puzzles with the free running in like a way that just kind of keeps the pacing going. Even
And
though
it's
you're
I
doing
love
puzzles.
like that you sail out to like this lighthouse tower in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah,
I really
that's
like
cool.
the setting of it, and then the concept art. Remember that concept art? That
I
you
think
can.
so.
There's a concept art bit with like the drain in it. Really great concept art for this tomb. I don't know why that's something I remember about it, but it just makes the opening to it memorable. Man, I was such a fucking virgin nerd for this trilogy. Why?
Okay, where should we put this one then? But above Temple of Pythagoras?
Yes.
Below
Below Galata
Galata,
Tower.
yeah. The Hagia Sophia. Where are we putting this? It's a solid team.
I'd put it.
It's got the
I'd put it-
Jerusalem music in the background for some reason, but there you go.
It does. It reminds me of a combination between some later locations, perhaps, I don't know, in maybe a Unity, some of the interiors in there for some reason.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember why I think that. But it reminds me very much of the Duomo.
Yeah, it's very
as well.
similar.
Very similar to the Duomo. I enjoyed it a lot. Really like it. I'd put it above Maidens Tower.
Above Maidens
Would I put it
Tower.
above? But would I put it above Galata Tower? I wouldn't. I'd put it number 7 right now.
Yeah, I think I might be with you. Yeah, probably. I like
See,
them both a lot,
Revelations
but-
tombs are high up. They're all sitting in this like tier of their
But
own.
yeah, I
really
think I'm
high
with you.
up on
Number
this
7.
list.
The final one is Vlad The Impaler, which I think I would
This is one
put...
I've only played twice ever. I never play this one on replays. I don't care about it.
I think I'd put it below Galata Tower, but above
the Hagia Sophia. I really like this one.
I'm gonna let you decide this fully because I don't remember it really. Not a memorable tomb. One of the lower ones. I'd put it probably last.
I'm putting it at 7, and I've not copied it again. I think the reason is, I mean, the pacing's really strong. You've also got a really cool moment with, like, you're going up like there's like a chain, like a crate thing hanging above a big drop, and you're like climbing on top of it, and that like falls down. That's quite cool. And you've also got like the whole ambience of the level is really good. Like, it's all just very dark, and like you got like bats flying around and stuff. It's quite cool. I like that whole aspect to it, which I think is quite strong. That's it. That's our list. The top 21 tombs in the Ezio Trilogy. Okay, so let's go back through. This is our top 21 tombs. At number 21, we have the Yerebatan Cistern from Assassin's Creed Revelations, which is the first tomb that you do there. At number 20, we've got Santa Maria Novella from Assassin's Creed 2, which is the first tomb in Assassin's Creed 2, where you meet La Volpe. At number 19, we've got Rocca di Ravaldino, which is the tomb in Forlì from Assassin's Creed 2. At number 18, we've got Torre Grossa, which is the San Gimignano tomb in Tuscany in Assassin's Creed 2 with the wine cellars.
These Assassin's Creed 2 ones sit low, I think. One, because they were baseline for the level design, and the level design grew and got better, but I think it should mention as well that the parkour system just improved very subtly, but definitely improved from Brotherhood and then again to Revelations. So it just plays better with just small little additions that those games made.
Number 17 is Cloaca Maxima, which is the sewer level from Brotherhood, where you fight waves of enemies in the sewers, which is, you know, whatever. At number 16, we've got Terme Di Triano, which is the floor is lava level with the big statue in the thing, but there's also the circular rooms, which drags it down. Because they suck. At number 15, we've got Palazzo Laterano, which is the 6th day, which I could do with my eyes closed. And I like that one. Good. Solid level. It's alright. Number 14, we've got Il Duomo, which is in Florence. It's the second one you do in Florence. It's a big room, no enemies. It's the first mention of Perfecto Route Up If I Fall, and it's a banger, solid mission. And number 13, we've got Catacomb Di Roma, which is the one we got to follow the torches through the catacombs. You got creepy little men running down the ends of the hallways trying to scare Ezio. Good level, very solid, lots of cool bits and bobs. At number 12, we've got Santa Maria della Visitazione, which is the final one you get in Venice, which is the one with the chase to begin. It ends with a puzzle, a timed puzzle over water, and there's also the Easter egg of the sea monster, which I'm sure is now probably canon at some point, but there you go.
Well, that was the Olympus project that you don't know because you don't get Assassin's Creed. The big squid. The big squid at the end of that.
Oh, the Olympus project. Yeah, I know what that is.
That was the Olympus project.
Yeah, you're
where
right.
There were different pieces of Eden given to create mostly trolls all over Greece. Mostly,
yeah.
But it also created Medusa. It also created a minotaur and a squid underneath a church in Venice.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool that they made that canon. At number 11 is Basilica Di San Marco, which is the one that's very similar to the Duomo, but it's in Venice. It's 4 timed puzzles. And you climb up a big organ in it, which is cool. At number 10 is the Temple of Pythagoras, which is the ending of the Da Vinci Disappearance DLC. Really cool story moments, some really nice puzzles, and a beautiful ending to the greatest Assassin's Creed DLC. So that's number 10. At number 9, we've got Maidens Tower, which is the final main story tomb from Assassin's Creed Revelations. Lots of water in there, a few puzzles. You drop a bunch of things, you raise the water level, it's cool. At number 8, we've got Hagia Sophia, which is the secret tomb to get the Ishak Pasha armor, which is a really nice vibes.
How much the music... Revelations has the best soundtrack, I think, of any Assassin's Creed.
Oh, yeah.
How much the music brings up some of these tombs and creates the atmosphere and makes these tombs memorable as well. Can't be upset.
Hagia Sophia has some sick music. It's using the Jerusalem music from AC1, which... I mean, you could say is thematically out of place, but it sounds good too, so that's cool. At number 7, we've got Vlad The Impaler, which is a bonus tomb that originally was pre-order content, but now it's obviously not in 2022 because everyone has the Ezio collection. You get a special sword from it. It's really nice. You've got bats flying around. Very nice vibes. Good stuff. Good tomb. Number 6 is Galata Tower, which is the second tomb you do in Revelations main story. It's got the big cavern. You're going on the zip line. Some of the zip lines are breaking. Everything's falling apart. It's brilliant. Really good level. At number 5, we've got Forum of the Ox from Assassin's Creed Revelations, where you're chasing a boat while doing loads of parkour. And you fall down a waterfall in a boat. And you do fall down a waterfall after you do a big zip line to assassinate right at the very end.
Yep.
Somehow you all survive, but then they don't because Ezio kills them. Very
No
brutally.
mercy.
He like stabs his sword in their head and then flips the sword around and then takes the sword out because
Oh yeah,
he kind of
could have
is a bit
spared them.
mental.
He fully had the capabilities to spare them.
He
and
did.
pick them
He
up.
really did. They
He's
didn't
that
want to
talented,
fight.
but he genuinely just showed no mercy.
Yeah, he
to
was
this
just. I think he
poor-
was just really sick of them after that. After chasing them in that boat that whole time, he was like, "No, you don't deserve life now. You're gone. It's over.
I don't want you to go home to your families.
No.
I don't want your children to have a father.
No, you don't deserve."
That's what
it.
Ezio thought.
Yeah.
Ezio thought that consciously every day.
Yeah.
His whole life.
Pretty much every day.
He
That's
chose
how he got
no
himself
mercy.
through it. You know when he's going to assassinate Carlo Grimaldi in Venice. When he's taking out the guards in order to get there, he's just thinking to himself, I don't want this person to ever see their family again. It's how he pushes himself through it to kill every one of those people.
Yeah.
He's actually a fucking monster.
Yeah. He's the definition of just unhinged.
At number 4, we've got the Basilica di San Pietro, which is the Vatican level from Brotherhood, where it's the first time they ever showed rain in Brotherhood, which is cool. Great
So
mission. Good. Some really nice set piece stuff, some nice little tonal stuff with like blending in the crowd and everything. Really nice, really sick. Great.
Yeah.
Number 4. At number 3, we've got the Colosseo / Temple of Juno from Brotherhood, which is, we've already talked about why this is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Makes sense that it's number 3. And then at number 2, we've got the final mission of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, the Desmond section, where you go through the Colosseum, the underground catacombs, into the
you think that's number
cathedral.
2. I think it's number 21.
Yeah, that's understandable. That's fair. You go into the first Civ tomb at the end, or the temple at the end, and you got to hold that whole segment. Like, there's a lot. It's a big level. Dragged down by the fact that Juno, has since been depicted as an ice troll for a decent amount of time. She's been depicted as an ice troll more than not since this. So
I don't think that's false. I genuinely don't think that's a false statement.
Yeah, even if you include the comics, to be honest with you, and
I'd agree with that.
I don't think this is talked about quite enough.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, so that's
I'll tell
an
you,
issue.
Definitely depicted more of an ice troll was Minerva. Way more as an ice
Minerva and Jupiter, both.
Yeah,
definitely.
Both. Jupiter way more as an ice troll.
Way more.
I only remember him as an ice troll. I forget that he was an Isu. I actually thought he was an ice troll.
Exactly. I forgot that he was an Isu too, but he's, he is apparently.
He is.
But more commonly known as an ice troll.
That's factually correct.
It actually is. It's objective fact. It's not even an opinion.
No, I don't think that he was depicted more as an ice troll. He just was depicted.
He just was.
was.
And then number 1 on our list of Ezio Trilogy best tombs is the Desmond section under the Villa Auditore at the beginning of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Desmond and Lucy going under. It's a very Uncharted-esque level. It's the marker for what makes a tomb. It's the marker for what makes a modern day mission. It's a marker for everything that AC should be. Is this mission?
It's one of the great missions in all of Assassin's Creed, let alone the best tomb in the Ezio trilogy.
100%. And you can go up to the door that once housed the shroud underneath the villa, and Desmond makes a comment on why you can't go through the door.
You'd think these stairs would lead somewhere.
But they don't.
Oh, life is full of disappointments.
We have confirmation on that. We've done multiple videos on it and podcast conversations about it.
Yeah,
it's just sad when I think about it, because I'm an adult man.
Well, that's our ranking for the top Ezio Trilogy tombs. This was a segment from Clubhouse. If you're watching this as a video, check us out on patreon.com/as always. Or if you don't want to pay and you just want to check us out anyway, 4 Pillars Podcast, as always podcast on the 4 Pillars Network, all podcast services. You can listen to more of what we do. And if you do want that sweet content, then this was from the Clubhouse Podcast on patreon.com/as always. Thank you all for watching. Anyway, our next topic is, what do you think is going to happen in the Jack the Ripper DLC, Tyler?
Oh, dude. I'll be honest with you, I didn't listen to anything you've said the last 5 minutes.
Oh, wow, we really are back in the day. This is amazing.
Oh, this is a 2016 podcast if I've ever heard it.
Oh, it feels good.
Oh my God.